Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Tom, aka Nostra Thomas. I would apologize for being late, but I don't see anyone in the stream, so you can all kiss my ass. Anyone that comes and watches this later, I love you, know. All right, everyone. It's another little bit boring day in the market, a little bit boring in the crypto market. I actually haven't even looked at the stock market yet, so we can hop into that into a second. I did have some Bitcoin long futures on, and they were finally closed. They did expire last Friday. For whatever reason, it takes almost a day and a half, a business day and a half, for those bad boys to get closed. Let's see what's going on in the stock market. As we all know, I have been less interested in the stock market lately, even though selling premium in the stock market is kind of one of the easier ways to make almost guaranteed money. There's no such thing as guaranteed. But if you do a diversification and different option premium selling strategies, you watch your size. You know, statistically speaking, you trade small, you trade often, the tasty works method, you can generally do quite well. I've had a lot of options positions recently fall off the board. Even when you're wrong, you can be right. There's a lot of things you can do to defend against them. And over time, you can turn losers into winners. Anyway, again, I don't have much going on. I do have a little bit of cash left over here. I'm probably going to yank that out, like I did yank a bunch out last week. I want to have that available, locked and loaded, if there is a huge crypto crash. I don't think it's coming. There's still a lot of people that are still chirping about it. I'll buy Bitcoin. Yamasaki, or the father, like, what's that dude's name? I was reading one there. He said he'd buy Bitcoin at 27K. It's possible, right? It's possible it could still dip down to 20. We could have another chili dipper. I don't know, right? No one knows. I personally tend to believe it's probably going to chop sideways with a bias to the upside, right? We're approaching key levels. Actually, let's as promised, let's see what's going on in the stock market. It's going to open in about a minute, 45 seconds. All right, so the NASDAQ futures are up 20. The E-mini S&P is up 7.5. What's gold doing? Gold continues just to slowly climb, right? That's some interesting article I was looking at in relation to commodities and Bitcoin. Some old ass dude at Goldman Sachs. I don't know that he's old. I just have to assume he is. He's in commodities and it works at Goldman Sachs. It's not like, how many millennials are coming out of college and say, I want to do commodities at Goldman Sachs? You know, probably not many. So I'm just forming us a biased opinion. The dude's probably in his 90s and doesn't understand cryptocurrency, right? There was a point 2-3 years ago, I didn't understand cryptocurrency. I just saw it as this highly speculative thing, right? Didn't totally understand it. I do now. And I see it's the future. Hans, what's up? Good morning, brother. How you doing? Just talking these boring markets. I say it's boring, and it's a lot better to be bored than losing money. You know what I'm saying? So, gotta grind it out for a while, continue to dollar cost average in, and I know you're on the same page as me. We're going to be, the chances of us having a ton of money by 2024, 2025, going to be pretty high. I would say much higher than 50%, much higher than 75%, right? Unless some crazy there's some black swan events out there that could happen. I don't think they're going to happen. All right, so let's take a quick look at what's going on in the stock market real quick. Just the basics, the big ones. Your Coinbase. Still trying to, don't call it a comeback, as LL Cool J would say. It's trying to claw its way back up. Coinbase is probably not going to do much unless Bitcoin takes off to the races. If Bitcoin and crypto take off to the races, Coinbase is going to do that with it. It's going to be at least 2.5 months out before their next earnings. Mara and Riot are still ticking green and moving their way back up. Mara and Riot really took it over the head with that Bitcoin dump. Probably an over-exaggeration. If you don't like trading cryptocurrency because you don't like the fact it's insured, but you want exposure, You can get a little taste with Mar and Riot, right? You can get a little taste. It's a good way to get into it. Another one, we haven't checked. I had MicroStrategies for a while. I bet it's still just down on its ass. That's another decent one. Oh, wow. Yeah, $482. This is another decent one. Like, their options kind of suck. Do I have cash in the IRA? Maybe. Oh, I do have some cash. Maybe we you know, so the IRA is kind of my saving grace of, if crypto black swans, I still have exposure in the stock market, right? Give me a while before I can enjoy it. I think the options aren't very liquid in MicroStrategy. Let's take a look. And on top of that, I got this weirdness happening on my screen. All right, so I would want to do a bullish put spread. We're at 486. This is 16 days out. We definitely don't want to do that. We want to go to July, which would be 44 days out. That would be optimal. Let's see something bullish. Oh my goodness. All right, $38. It's still got. All right, this is annoying. $10 wide. $10 wide. All right, so I do think Bitcoin is gonna chop sideways with the bias to the upside. Sometime in June, maybe not even July, I think it's going to start moving up to the new all-time highs here pretty quickly and pretty aggressively. Though, I don't know, it's in this fragile state of, and we're going to talk about a FUD article coming up. It's disgusting how bad it is. But the FUD is going to, I still firmly believe there's a good chance that a lot of FUD is being driven right now. And this is just a theory. I could easily be wrong. That people believe or know that an ETF, a Bitcoin ETF, is coming soon and the price is going to skyrocket. Right? My boy Saint Gang doesn't think so because of regulation. He might be right. And I tell you what, man, Bitcoin can really use some regulation, though. That's going to be a long, winding road of figuring that out. All right, so do I still want to do this? I can get. Oh man, this screen flickering is really annoying. Is my Ethereum mining causing all this weirdness? All right, I'm just not going to deal with it anymore. Let's see what Tesla's doing. Tesla's down. It's still over 600. Man, Tesla. All right, so let's just get to the Bitcoin news, because there's a Tesla article too that was kind of related to it that I found interesting. So as I mentioned, Bitcoin is back up to 38,000. It's pushing towards that level. It's found it's really struggled with lately. And you know what? Another thing I was looking at was this Wyckoff method. Wyckoff, I never really heard of this Wyckoff until a lot of people started coming, oh my goodness, Bitcoin's following the Wyckoff method. And all I see is this like picture of the Wyckoff method. Yeah, it looks kind of like that, but I didn't, and I hear a lot of things, but I didn't really put a lot into it. And then I actually started reading, and I'm gonna go down this. I'm probably gonna go down this rabbit hole a bit more. But I was looking at what the Wyckoff method actually is, and I'm just like, yeah, okay. First of all, you don't know how much I think about technical analysis. It's kind of a tool that's useful. In crypto, it's kind of less useful. Crypto is going to be massively moved around by sentiment and, social media and all that, FUD, etc. And I'm just like, because there's a lot of things with volume in the Wyckoff method that I'm not seeing, right? A lot of it's not lining up. I could just easily say this is a head and shoulders and a head and shoulders, right? Or or the Rocky Mountains. What is the breakout or breakdown on a Rocky Mountain or Mount Everest, right? There's a lot of things you could see in this. Anyway, yeah, the Wyckoff method. I think it was just a lot of people trying to look and sound smart. I'm sure there's a couple dudes out there that, is Wyckoff? Is that guy still around? Honestly, I need to look into that a bit more. But anyway, Bitcoin's pushing up against these levels it struggled with since the massive sell-off, and the Wyckoff method people are saying they don't know if this is just an accumulation before it goes up or an accumulation before it does its last up. Me personally, I think it's just an accumulation phase. And Bitcoin's going to do based on sentiment or sentiment, like people like to say. Depends on what news comes out. If on a coordinated, manipulated FUD article like we're going to look at, like with JP Morgan, they're still doing it. They're still trying to do it. You know, and manipulated dump, manipulated leverage long, manipulated leverage short against a bunch of retail idiots going to Bybit links thinking they can YOLO into Bitcoin and retire the next day. They're going to get their faces melted off, right? It's a long game. It's a long con. A long con, as they say. You just got to buy and hold. It's that simple, man. Just buy and hold. And we all know there's a few strategies. We have a strategy over here. I'm sticking to it. I show my portfolio all the time. And I'm sticking to it. That's all there is to it. I'm either going to get out when I see what I think is going to be the end, or I'm going to miss it and go to plan B, hold it till I'm right, right? Well, holding till I'm right might be 6 months. Like right now, I'm holding till I'm right. I'm still kind of right because I'm up, but I'm not up as much as I was, right? So I'm still holding till I'm right. If I'm down, if I go way down, I'm going to continue to hold until I'm right. You've got to put yourself in a position to do that, right? I've said it, and I'm not going to stop repeating it. And if you can't afford to do this, then you're gonna lose your money, right? Because the volatility is gonna shake you out. And take money that if you lit it on fire, you'd be okay. And then invest that, right? And then that way, if the crypto market lights it on fire, hold it until you're right. And the crypto market has a magic way of returning your money that burned to ashes. Alex in the house, good morning, good morning. I really love your project, sir. I am so happy with my income. Saw it now in, I feel like, oh yeah, here we go, right? Shove your Telegram up your ass, Alexa. I said Alex. Let's see. What's your Telegram? I want to go to your hack bed for Telegram. Please, everyone. We gotta. What does Charles Hoskinson say? He doesn't say window licker, but it's something like that. So hide user. Boom. I gotta say that's a first. That's a first. Look at the Ichimoku on 4 hour. Looks bad. Dude, I don't even know what the Ichimoku is, bro. I know there's the is this the candles that I already have? Let's see. Candles. Aikanashi. I don't know what the Ichimoku is. Here's the 4 hour. Bitcoin. What am I looking at? Yeah, I'm not worried about it, man. I'm not worried about any weird technical analysis on Bitcoin. Who cares, right? Who cares if it looks bad? Buy more, right? I got cash on the sidelines. I'm probably, like, honestly, I'm kind of trying to tell myself I'm not going to buy more unless Bitcoin goes to like 20,000. And then I'm going to try and buy one more whole Bitcoin. And that's it, man. I'll be all in, right? Like all freaking in. And that would be scary times, but then you got to hold it to your right. All right, so let's look at the FUD. JP Morgan. These are a bunch of shysters over here. JP Morgan says big investors are not buying the dip. All right. It's been almost 2 weeks. The price of Bitcoin took a dive to 30K. While there are signs of prices will stabilize. So, unfortunately, I can't read the whole article unless I want to pay. I look just for the hell of it. Are you kidding me? $30 a month for this garbage, right? There's not even any good clickbait to get me going to want to read the rest of this. Like, what normal person in their right mind thinks CNBC and JP Morgan has any kind of... Okay, so JP Morgan says no one's buying the dip. What do we got? Oh, here's our boy Jamie Dimon. He's a crypto skeptic. I'm not a Bitcoin. I mean, look at this dude, right? Like, I mean, he was trading stock. He started, remember like, did you ever see those old Bugs Bunny cartoons where they had like that glass device with like gears and a ticker would come out with stocks? Like, this guy was born before that was even invented, right? So no surprise that this, all right, JB. Again, I say this to everyone. I know you got a ton of money and you could squash me like a bug. Please don't. But you're wrong about Bitcoin. All right. So Jamie Dimon and his boys at JP Morgan are saying no one's buying the dip, right? Oh, I'm sorry. They're saying that big retail, no, not retail, institutions aren't buying the dip. So I gotta ask, how the F would he know? Like, I'm sorry, when did they get a crypto exchange over there? Or do they have a crypto desk? Are they selling crypto to institutions now? Or are they just looking at metrics on brain grayscale, right? I don't, like, does JP Morgan even, anyway, I'm a little lost. I'm a little lost on how JP Morgan would know this. All right, see, here's how Bitcoin millionaires are playing the crypto market. Sentiment. Bitcoin is at 35,000. So this was today. Wow, this article was today. But the key BTC millionaire bracket that we track has seen a mild uptick. A mild uptick. All right, so an uptick is buying. Addresses with 100 to 10,000 BTC have accumulated approximately 30,000 more Bitcoin this past week. What is 30? Hey, Google. What is 30? Is it like a 30,000 times 35,000? What is that, like 90 million? I don't. Hello, Google.
Sorry, I don't have any information about this.
So 90 million? That doesn't seem like a lot, to be honest. Hey, Google. Hey, Google. What's 30,000 times 35,000?
30,000 times 35,000. 150 million.
1 billion. So 1 billion. What Wells? I guess that doesn't necessarily mean institution. So maybe JP Morgan's right. But Wells, like who all right, so who do you want to listen to? Or who would you rather, like, if you had to bet and buy Bitcoin, who would you rather follow? Retail idiots or Wells with 100 to 10,000 Bitcoin? Right? So I mean, Wells with 100 to 10,000 Bitcoin, they probably made a lot of damn money. And they're probably, if they see value, the answer is you want to pay attention to both of them, because unfortunately we see what happens when the idiots sell, right? Short term, not so much fun, but long term, and that's the game we're playing, long term, right? So again, I don't know. I mean, a lot of these addresses have to be institutions, right? I would imagine. I know Michael Saylor just bought some. He's an institution. So anyway, there we have it. JP Morgan is driving FUD. It's a little weird, right, that they keep doing this. Let's see what else. Oh, wait. This was January 5th, 20. JP Morgan said Bitcoin can rally as high as 146,000 long term as it competes with gold as an alternative. All right, so, well, all right, whoa. Jamie, wait a second. JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon once called Bitcoin a fraud. And he said he's more interested in blockchain technology. Oh, okay, than crypto. So at least he's interested in blockchain. So I don't know. A lot of mixed signals. Maybe they see it could rally to 146,000, but they think it's a garbage 146,000. All right, let's see what other tabs I got going. JP Morgan settles lawsuit that accused firm of spoofing precious metal market trades. What do you think about that? JP Morgan settled an undisclosed amount for a lawsuit accused the firm of spoofing trade. Why would spoofing trade? All right, so the suit and Tucumai accused JP Morgan of manipulating the silver's futures market, costing plaintiffs $30 million. The bank is all right. So I'm sure JP Morgan And all the executives had no idea that this was going on, and it was just kind of a slap in the face. And I'm sure JP Morgan's a stand-up organization, and they would never, never condone this type of behavior. And I'm sure they're not trying to manipulate the Bitcoin market so that they could buy a bunch for their wealthiest clients. I'm sure they're not doing that. All right, let's see what else we got going on. Oh yeah, this was an issue. Sorry, I kind of alluded to it earlier. So some old Jeff Curry. I kind of want to Google this dude. Watch him be like some 27-year-old millennial. Oh yeah, no, he looks like just as predicted, right? Like this dude, just like Jamie Dimon started trading before that little ticker machine was invented. I mean, obviously the dude's in commodities. Like, what the hell does this guy freaking know about like cryptocurrency? Bitcoin is a risky digital copper, not gold. I mean, come on, dude. Like, what? Why? Digital currencies are not a substitute for gold. Okay, you got me lost. If anything, they are pro risk on asset. They are a substitute for risk inflation hedges, not risk off inflation. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I think you're wrong on that one. I think Bitcoin does a fantastic job being a digital gold. Anyway, that's my opinion. Why Goldman's top commodity sees copper. Oh, wait, is this the same dude? Gold and crypto have been deemed hedges. Yeah, same dude. Said investors should see digital currencies not as a substitute for gold but rather noted their similarities to copper. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't find this as idiotic as what JP Morgan's doing, but I did find that interesting. Other than that, man, oh yeah, I talked about it. So rich dad, poor dad, like I hear about this guy. I don't know what his claim to fame is. He wrote a book. Like did he used to be poor and now he's rich? Right? Is he honestly, I see this guy, is he just a YouTuber, right? Like what's his claim to fame? Oh, Death Cross. I didn't even notice this. Let's see what's going on. See, like, right, this is what's crazy, what's going on right now, man. It's rough. You got flip a coin, right? A lot of people are bearish. Other people are like, we're going to 700,000 by the end of the week. So a Death Cross, who cares, right? Death Cross. Let's see this Death Cross. I think we already had some Death Crosses, didn't we? Like, that looks like a pretty ugly Death Cross on the daily. Let's go to the weekly. Death crosses don't mean shit. I'll tell you what means shit is some good news, right? All it takes is some good news, right? Or people buying at good levels. So this is a long way away on the weekly from a death cross. It's like still very bullish to me. And we're getting an RSI bullish cross on the weekly. So this could turn around on a dime, right? And we're at critical levels right now. If we could push up to like get past this 40,000, we're going to test it again. We tried it 2 times in the last week. What is that? I don't remember. May 26th. What day of the week was that? Last Wednesday. So less than a week away. We've tried 40K twice. And then we pushed up. Man, look at this. We're pushing up against this new trend line I have. So we'll have to see. This was, to me, we'll see if we can get past this. And then we can work our way back up past the 40K. And we can reverse this death cross, right? The RSI doesn't look so great on the daily, but I'll tell you what, like out of nowhere, like why it dumped all the way down and the RSI is way down here, and then it consolidates sideways, and the RSI is like still kind of high. So I'm not, I don't put a lot of into this, right? Bitcoin 37.5. Ethereum was doing really good. It's pushing towards 3K again. That's another critical level. We are above my long-term trend line. I mentioned this yesterday. We're holding above it. We're back in this long-term channel. This is really good news for Ethereum. I'm way more bullish Ethereum right now than I am Bitcoin. If I wasn't, like, I would seriously, let's take a look at the portfolio. I don't even know how it's doing. I would seriously, like, right now, if I could reallocate my portfolio without having to pay Uncle Sam taxes, because I am up on my Bitcoin, not a lot though, right? I've already, I've already raised my cost basis by selling my Bitcoin out of Robinhood to get out of that crap ass application. I had to sell a bunch of Bitcoin at a profit, so I increased my cost basis and I rebought it back at Binance in around 35,000. So I could technically sell some Bitcoin right now and reallocate it, and I might do that. I'm seriously considering doing that because again, I'm much more bullish on Ethereum. I want to accumulate more Ethereum. I'm looking at that Ethereum and I see like 60 and a half Ethereum, and I'm thinking to myself, you know what would be awesome, Tom? Owning 100 Ethereum. It almost seems like it's an insurmountable goal because that would be another $120,000, right? So I don't even have $120,000 in Bitcoin to make that happen. And I most certainly, I've already mentioned I do not want to go below. I want to remain a whole coiner. I never want to go below the rest of my life until the day I die and I can give my money away. I want to have at least one Bitcoin in my wallet. Now, if Bitcoin goes to $100 million, like the Winklevoss twins say, I might not need to continue to keep a whole Bitcoin in my wallet, but I'll address that problem. I'll cross that bridge when we get there. I'm seriously considering, and there's a couple really good reasons I have for this, right? I'm not scared. Unlike a few YouTubers I've kind of given a hard time lately that sold some altcoins, I'm not scared. I think Bitcoin's an amazing investment. I just think Ethereum's a better investment. I am starting to add more coal to the train thing, you know, the little train engine, and firing that bitch up. I think Ethereum could. I'm starting to believe there was a point where I didn't think Ethereum could flip Bitcoin. I'm starting to think it can now, to be honest. Oh, actually, I just noticed my portfolio is at 491,000. A couple days ago, we were below 400,000 again, so I'm happy, right? I'm still down $200,000 from my all-time highs in this portfolio, but I'm happy as hell right now because I tell you what, man, we survived a bad, ugly dip, boys and girls. You survive what we just survived, and we make it out of this. You know, you have what it takes to hold this as long as it takes to make life-changing wealth. And that's, a lot of people throw around this life-changing wealth. Well, let me tell you, less than like 5% of people pull that off. I bet it's even like less than 1%, right? I bet it's extremely low because they can't handle the volatility. Anyway, back to what I'm saying. I'm seriously considering moving some money out of Bitcoin, putting it into Ethereum. There's some other, like, I considered this with some other losers, right? Like Uniswap. I could sell out of my Uniswap and buy some Ethereum, but guys, I only have $300. What's that gonna do? I'm up in VeChain. I wouldn't want to sell that because I love VeChain. I got Theta. I love me some Theta. I'm not really up a lot in that, but again, I say it's only $800, but man, that's like almost a third or a quarter of Ethereum, right? I think the best cryptos you can be in right now, bar none. This is not financial advice. This is just what I believe. Cardano and Ethereum. I think you start accumulating those two cryptocurrencies as much as you can, right? And I think you're going to end up doing very, very well. I'm extremely bullish on both. I'm also extremely bullish on Polkadot. I'm extremely bullish on Harmony. I continue to learn more and more about Harmony. One of the big reasons I like Harmony is because it is a decent looking smart chain. They have a really good team. And they have a cult following, much like Cardano, right? So I feel like it could see, like right now it's around 90. I could see it moving into the top 50 or higher here pretty soon. These smart chains, they kind of move in waves, right? Like, so Harmony's going to have its time. And just like Polkadot is lagged. It's going to have its time. Polkadot, I think, is an amazing buy. It was below $20 recently, and I did buy some. Actually, I bought it at like 30 though. I should have bought more when it was at 20, and I had the cash to do so, but I'm really trying to hold on to this cash on the sidelines until there's like a real like crazy, like you've got to buy this dip, right? Like almost like I don't think it's gonna happen, right? I don't think this dip's gonna happen. Who cares? I'll continue to have the cash on the sidelines. I'm looking at real estate anyway. I'm gonna eventually need to take some profits off the board to really start doing some real estate stuff. Maybe I'm gonna be the opposite of Meet Kevin, right? I start with stocks, I move heavy into crypto, and then I go to real estate. That dude was like all real estate, then he went to stocks, and now he's like all crypto, right? Anyway, again, I'm seriously thinking about moving some funds over, buying some Ethereum. I think Ethereum is going to outperform Bitcoin, period. Like going forward. That being said, there is there is a bit to say about diversity holding Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin is going to do extremely well too. I do think Bitcoin will see $1 million. I don't know when. I do think my price prediction targets on Bitcoin this year, I've said it numerous times, they're about 120 to 150,000. And quite frankly, I almost don't want these 300,000 and 500,000 price targets people, because that is the kind of prices that the market will hit, and then you're going to get massive dumps. But we have an exit strategy, and that's another reason why I'm considering moving more Bitcoin to Ethereum, because my exit strategy revolves around the fact market pumps, market dumps, market relief rallies, which we're seeing right now. And that's why we're still in DEFCON 3, DEFCON 2. If Bitcoin starts dumping and Ethereum goes parabolic, it's looking like it's the end of the market cycle, right? That is the strategy I'm following. It's too early for that, so I don't think it's going to happen, but we got to beware. So Bitcoin dumps, and then Ethereum starts going parabolic. Well, if I'm more in a lot more Ethereum, guess what, man? I'm not losing all that Bitcoin I have, right? So if I have less Bitcoin to lose and more Ethereum to gain during that, and I see that end, I think that strategy gives me the best statistical chance for success in getting out of the market if it is the end, right? It can most certainly do something different this time. No, my theory is it won't, because greed will drive that. It's such an easy way for a heavily manipulated market to squeeze every last penny out of the end, right? And maybe that cycle alone will be enough to force it to do what it does, right? Maybe that's what the whale's like. They love this long, choppy, drag it out as long as they can, short it, manipulate it, let it come back up, let all the retail buy back in, short it, manipulate it, until it's just like it reaches this point where like they feel like they can't squeeze any more out of it. They start selling Bitcoin, start buying Ethereum. They get all the retail idiots buying Ethereum, and then they dump that, and then it just slinkies down. Maybe like until there is regulation, or because there's not going to be enough people to figure that out, right? So anyway, again, I might buy more Ethereum because I think it's going to outperform Bitcoin in perpetuity, and it gives me the best chance of success at a market end. That being said, oh, I hate it when YouTubers say that, and I just said it. Thumbs down for that. No thumbs up. Like, subscribe if you like the content. Hit that notification bell. I will be live streaming when I'm selling. It might be a paper hands thing. I tell you what, it might be. I got shook, man. We can all be shook. I feel like after this last dip, I just continued to meditate. I didn't really meditate, but just continued to just visualize and focus the fact that I'm okay. This sucks, right? This sucks. I'm losing a ton of money. I'm like, but you've got a plan. You've got to stick to it. Usually when I lose money in the stock market is because I don't stick to the plan. I've been doing this for a long time. I feel like this plan almost can't lose, right? It almost can't lose. Now it can lose, right? But I think there's a very low chance of that. Anyway, I've been waxing on for a really long time. said a lot of the stuff that I say all the time, but I really do want to, you know, I just continue to drive it home. That is the philosophy of this channel. That is the philosophy of how I trade this crypto market. I'm already buying my Teslas and my new houses and my yachts and my jets, my whirlpools, and all the finest furniture and beds and artwork for my fortress, for my mansion. I'm not really gonna get, but I'm not kidding. I've already like but I am continuing to plan it out. I'm gonna go buy a nice upgrade modest house and then maybe start creating a real estate portfolio too on top of it all, right? I don't know, you hear all those things about how many different passive incomes millionaires have. Well, you know, I got some crypto mining going on, a little small revenue stream. Let's get some real estate going on. Got my job. Yeah, I'm kidding. If anyone from my job ever sees this, hey man, look, I'm getting old, right? I'm ready to retire. My body's breaking down. I'm ready to enjoy my last 2 or 3 years. Anyway, again, let's wrap this up. Let's do one quick price checks in the markets. NASDAQ, is it holding up? Yeah, another boring day. It's up about 20. The E-mini is, man, figures. They closed my Bitcoin futures and it's up $1,600. Well, I'm not FOMOing back into that. I am curious to see if we can break 40,000. You think we're going to push for it today? If you're catching this stream on replay, let me know down below what you're doing. If you think Bitcoin's going to go up, down, swirl around. I'll be back tomorrow, 6:25 a.m. PST. Like, subscribe, bell button, go, and peace.